So as I hear the word arise, it reminds me of my days in the military, because I remember one time we were going through some training right before deployment, and one of the instructors said, "Hey, have y'all heard? We have to fall back on our training, right? Everything that you do here is so that when you get out there in the battlefield and the stressors are, you get tunnel vision and the stressors are for real, as they say, when poop hits the fan, then you fall back on your training,
Sorry.
right? So it becomes muscle.
I've never heard it in that aspect. Sorry,
It's
I thought it was
PG-13.
Yeah, I like it. I love it. I'm gonna say that when poop
My
hits the
BC
fan.
days, I would have said something different.
Yeah.
So when the poop emoji hits the fan, you fall back on your training. Well, that instructor said, "I'm about to flip the script on you guys. So we're not gonna fall back on our training. We're gonna rise up to our level of training." So when he said that, it kind of motivates us. It's like, hey, now that means you train harder and you take this training serious.
Yeah.
Because right now it's in a controlled environment. When you get out there and the bullets are really flying at you, you don't have no more time to think. You react and you're moving and acting all on muscle memory. So therefore, whatever your training was over here, whatever level of training that was, you're going to rise up to it. You're going to come up to that level. So when I heard that word arise, I was like, man, Barack didn't have that army that he needed to defeat.
He needed to trust the assignment.
So he trusted the assignment, and Deborah came
God
with the
spoke
word.
to Deborah.
Yeah, to Deborah.
To be like, or Deborah, however you want to call her.
Right, Deborah. We'll go with Deborah.
Yeah. He had to trust the assignment that God had chosen her to lead.
He just rose up at that moment, right? He's like, hey, it's time. She even said it, arise. The Lord has handed you Sisera. Let's go. He's like, let's go. Trust the process. So he didn't fall back on any kind of training or fall back on his army. He rose up to the level. Yeah. Hey, I only have 1,000 men.
No chariots, but God's with us.
But hey, let's go. And it turns out that God even delivered.
Yeah. Can I say something? When you think about when we're struggling with mental health, I feel like that is exactly the way we see things when we're in the midst of our episode, our battle, our despair, the unattainable. Well, it seems like we're battling 900 iron chariots, and we're just on foot. Like when you're looking at it in the lens of that moment,
there's no way I can advance.
There's no way I can do this. There's no way I can accomplish this. No, there's just no possible way. It just seems like unaccomplishable.
Yeah.
And the reality is that it may seem and it may look like it's not. The thing is that with God, all things are possible, right? Man, if you have God on your side, let me tell you, what you can do, he can do. What you can accomplish, he can accomplish. So I just wanted to correlate it to that, because I feel like that's our perception in that moment. But that's the time that we got to rise up. We got to arise. We got to say, nope, I am done. I have had enough. This is no longer going to, take over me. I'm going to take over my life. I'm going to take over this addiction. I'm going to take over this anxiety. I'm going to take over this depression, whatever it is, this struggle. I will arise. I will stand up. I will accomplish. I will be existent, and I will not let it take me down. And that's what they did. That's a great representation of Deborah and Barak. That's what they did.